Welcome to NCS Extra Credit. I'm Marla Zerlo. Today I have with me Jenna Sherman, Attorney Liaison here at NCS. Welcome, Jenna.
Thank you, Marla.
And we're going to be discussing the differences between unpaid versus full balance lien states and why this is important. So Jenna, what is an unpaid balance lien state?
It's a state where if you file your mechanics lien, it may be limited to any unpaid funds between the owner and general contractor. However, there are some exceptions. In some instances, it may be limited to the debtor. A good example of this is Virginia. A few times I've had clients file a mechanics lien in the state of Virginia, and once it's filed, the owner comes back responding that they've made payments to the general contractor. Now, in the instances where the owner made payments in full and they were verified payments, our clients had to release their lien.
Okay. And I know another good example of this, and I've had some clients, like, is the state of New York, right? Where the state of New York, I think your lien deadline is 8 months from last furnishing. So that's quite a long time to wait to file a lien. And certainly if it's an unpaid balance lien state, the owner could certainly have paid the general contractor in full prior to that the deadline date expiring.
Right.
So, okay, great. In terms of why this is important, what would you have to say to that about why is it important to know?
Well, it's very important to know so that you can file your lien as soon as possible. It's just you do not want to wait, because you could be in the same situation as some of our previous clients, like I said, in the state of Virginia, and you don't want to be in that situation.
Okay. And now if I'm a subcontractor or material supplier on a project, how would I know whether or not my customer has been paid?
Well, if you have a good relationship with your debtor or even the general contractor, we would recommend contacting them and see if you can find that information out. Typically our clients don't have that information, and they file their mechanics lien, and at that point the owner comes back responding, I've made payments to the general contractor. If that should arise, we would recommend contacting NCS to obtain one of our attorneys to review your matter and verify that these payments were made properly.
Great, so we've discussed unpaid balance lien states. Now, what exactly is a full balance lien state?
Well, it's a state where if you file your mechanics lien, regardless of whether the owner has made any payments to the general contractor, your claim amount is secured for the full amount.
Okay. I guess a good example of this would be like I had a client that had a project in Ohio where my customer was a material supplier. They were selling to a sub. The subcontractor went out of business without paying my customer for that project they were working on. They filed a lien on the property, and now the owner of the property paid out our customer in full. So they were quite happy that Ohio was a full balance lien state. So, great. So really then the takeaway is to know whether or not obviously know what state your project is in and whether or not it's an unpaid versus full balance lien state, because that could definitely play an impact in if or how you get paid out once you file your lien. We also have a list that we'd like to offer to you from the National Lien Digest. It's one of many quick reference lists, and it provides you with an overview of states that are full balance versus unpaid balance lien states. So again, if you would like to obtain a copy of this list, please email us at extracredit@ncscredit.com. So this concludes our installment of Extra Credit for today. Jenna, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Marla.
You're welcome. And we certainly welcome your feedback, so please email us or call us using the contact information listed at the bottom of the screen. Thanks again and have a great day.